Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, no matter where you're listening in from. Welcome, Daryl Amy here today with the co-host of the 2021 Sales and Marketing Alignment Challenge, none other than Jim Carr. What's going on, Jim?
Hello, Daryl and everyone here from the latest polar vortex in America's heartland. We're happy to be talking with you.
That's right. It is a polar vortex, but I'll tell you what, it may be cold outside, but the 2021 Sales and Marketing Alignment Challenge is heating up. So how about that, Jim? Actually,
Nice.
It is going to be a lot of fun.
You just took it from there.
We are set, though, for a fantastic time coming up March 1st through 10th, every weekday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We are going to just go for it when it comes to sales and marketing alignment. And what a critical time this is right now for sales and marketing to align so we can hit our goals in 2021.
And one of the reasons we're so excited about this is because this whole area of alignment is so critical at this point here in 2021. And this is the kind of thing that we've been hearing from other people, other clients and audiences and folks from lots of different settings. And I say, Daryl, there are a lot of different ways where you can identify misalignment. So alignment is this thing, this aspiration, right? That we think, if we could just get there.
Yes.
Yeah, we know it's a good thing, but how do we recognize where the problem is and where it's showing up, especially as we're trying to grow revenue? We have the imperative of growing revenue this coming year. So I'd say, Daryl, I hear it commonly. Sometimes it's just at a gut emotional level, like we have to get everybody on the same page,
right?
Or we're not connecting, or there's too much bickering and too many gaps inside my own business. And then sometimes it shows up more quantitatively. We're just not hitting the number. Our leads, we have too long to close. Our margins are bad. We don't have enough new opportunities. The quality of our leads isn't right. So if you're feeling any of that, if any of that gives you a little heartburn right now, or say, that's us, we have something that we think will be very valuable in breaking this down to its component points and giving you some really great expert guidance on how to make it better.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited about the people that we have assembled, thought leaders from both the sales and marketing world that are going to be bringing ideas, insights, inspiration to us over this challenge. And you're absolutely right. When things are aligned, I like to think of alignment with my car. I love vehicles. That's why I wrote a revenue growth engine book. I love vehicles, engines. And, when your car's aligned, you're just driving down the freeway and everything's great. But the moment that your car is misaligned, you know it, right? It's pulling to the left, it's pulling to the right, the wheel's shaking. And I think, what you just listed off in terms of different symptoms of misalignment in sales and marketing, these are things that, a couple years ago, before the pandemic, before these economic challenges and this shifting marketplace, you could probably tolerate it. It's kind of like when you're driving to work in the morning, you notice the car is pulling to the left, but you can kind of tolerate it. Well, guess what? Right now, it's really critical that we're able to accelerate and that we're able to hit our goals, that we're able to have everything optimized. And that's why we wanted to put this challenge together so that together we can encourage each other to get in the same room, sales and marketing, working towards 6 key points of alignment and set 2021. We're never going to get it perfect, but we're going to move aggressively in the direction of aligning sales and marketing. And that's what this challenge is all about. And this roster, Jim, that we have put together is incredible. I'm so excited.
It's impressive. We got really the best people to come to the party.
It is the cream of the crop. And in fact, when you go to 2021alignmentchallenge.com, you can see the entire agenda, the vision behind it, the people that are going to be there. But we want to share the 6 points of alignment today so you can have an idea of what is going to happen when you come to the 2021 Sales and Marketing Alignment Challenge. Once again, March 1st through 10th, 1 to 2 p.m. every day. And of course, you go, Daryl, Jim, what if I can't come live? No worries. We're going to videotape this thing. So it is going to be recorded. And when you enroll, even if you can't be there every day, you'll get the recording. And day one, we're going to start with I can't wait for this conversation with Douglas Burdett and Kathleen Booth on alignment trends. Probably one of the foremost, two of the foremost thought leaders. Douglas, Marketing Book Podcasts, reads more books, knows more thought leaders than anyone I've ever met in my life. And also works at the epicenter of sales and marketing alignment with Sales Artillery. Douglas is, we talked to him yesterday. He is fired up about this panel discussion, and it's going to be fantastic.
It is, and you have a couple of really high-performing, wonderful, generous people who, in their day-to-day work, live out this alignment. And I just want to say, Daryl, you brought up something that's really important as well. Perfection is not the goal because we'll never get there. But I think if you look at this as getting more aligned from the get-go in terms of your strategy and the focus of where you're going, your destination with that car that you keep bringing up all the time, then that's the great place to start. And two really good people to get us. We'll have a group discussion about how that plays out in practice.
Yeah, many of you are also fans of Kathleen Booth in the Inbound Success podcast. Kathleen is going to be on that panel. And she has a rich experience in all of this. And she is going to bring a lot to this discussion from a marketing perspective and from many years working right there at the nexus of sales and marketing. And that's going to lead us into the next day where we're going to begin our journey through 6 key points of alignment. And the first point of alignment, I'm super excited about Meredith Elliott Powell. She is pure dynamite and probably, in my humble opinion, the best corporate strategist out there. I can't think of anyone better. And the way she challenges us to think about strategy right now, this is a great time for sales and marketing people, leaders, to get together and think about strategy in this dynamic market.
And one of the things about Meredith I admire about her work, and if she's not the best, she's on the Mount Rushmore of that category, is she's very smooth. She's very clear. This is not strategy in a textbook kind of way.
No, not at all.
Real teams, real companies, real causes, and how they can get very clear on where they're going. And that gives them the best chance to actually achieving the results. So yeah, I think you'll come away with that with more clarity and a sense of reassurance as well.
Absolutely. And so you can see this entire lineup here of folks on this agenda. Meredith is going to talk about strategy. And then we're going to move into the next day, which is ideal customer profile. A great alignment point is getting together in the same room right now and talking about your ideal customer and the profile. And in particular, right now, as we're in the middle of this uncertain and shifting economy, understanding what's important to your ideal client. And Mark Hunter, I love listening to Mark Hunter teach on ideal client profile. I've heard him teach at Sales 3.0 on this. I've heard him teach at Outbound. And Mark is a dynamic. He's fantastic. It's gonna be great to hear from Mark on ICP.
The Sales Hunter.
I've
accused Mark of coming up with a new name just because it's so well branded, but he insists that is his real name.
And he got to use it, right?
He is terrific. And similarly, and he continues to sell on his own as well as advise a wide range of companies and teams about doing the same thing. So he's in it every day. He also very clear, going to help you build some confidence and help you build a real sense of which problems are you solving? How do you make sure that your efforts are to the right people? You're not wasting time. You're setting priorities, and that you're getting into conversations with those customers and prospects who really are a best fit for you.
Absolutely. Mark Hunter is pure awesomeness. So it's going to be so much fun learning from Mark. And before we look at alignment point number 3, I just want to give a huge shout out and a massive thank you to our friends at VanillaSoft for underwriting this event, sponsoring it. Because of VanillaSoft and the generosity of our partners and presenters, this event is actually available to you absolutely free, which is astounding, really, because you go, wow, all of this at no charge, no credit card swipe. Yeah, absolutely. Why? Because we all passionately want to see motion happen right now. We want to see you succeed. And just a huge tip of the hat to our friends at VanillaSoft for recognizing that and making this all possible for us. Go check that out for sure. Alignment point number 3. Where are we? Oh, this thing called message. Jim, I understand that your message is a really practical and powerful way for sales and marketing to align. Who's going to be talking about message?
I'm going to step in on that one because I talk a lot about managing the message, but in this framework of alignment. So you'll understand the progression of these different points here. So with the right strategy, with your ideal client or prospect profile in mind, then it comes to the point of actual conversations, revenue growth conversations. And so what you want there is for a consistency, so that you can build your trustworthiness, you can identify the right opportunities and lead those conversations. That means people have to know the right things to say, show, do, ask, visualize, and follow up on. That's really the point of messaging for this whole conversation, is how you and your entire team can actually lead the kind of customer conversations that will drive revenue and build your positioning over time.
I can't wait. I absolutely love listening to you teach, Jim, and I learn something every single time. And message is such a great point for sales and marketing to get in the same room or a Zoom room and work together on what are we going to say to our ideal clients. That brings us to alignment point number 4, which I am super stoked about, and that is client experience. You know, one of the most overlooked things that sales and marketing can work on together is unpacking and optimizing the experience your clients have from the time they first discover your company all the way through the buying process, and maybe most importantly through that journey of being a customer, where you want to begin to cross-sell and expand that relationship and solidify it. So to make this happen, we're like, where would we go to get someone great to talk about the customer experience? And we actually went to the epicenter, to the mountain itself of customer experience. And we have got our friend, John Langford. He is a former Disney Institute instructor. And I was talking with John this morning about his ideas that he's going to be sharing. And let me tell you, you do not want to miss this session with John Langford. He has got some ideas that are powerful, new, and fresh. Many of us haven't even thought about this category before, but it is a game changer that can unlock incredible value, opportunity, all around thinking about client experience. It's going to be awesome.
And he's been part of the best, as you mentioned. And I think an important point that'll come out of all this with John is, as you look at, some organizations, some companies look a lot at the client experience or the customer experience, but it really does extend to the first point when people are forming their impressions of you. We have a lot of data that the buying experience sets up your chances of success as a seller. And it also dictates really the terms on which you'll be interacting with that customer or client over time, and the likelihood that they will buy more from you and that they will be your client for the long haul. So taking a broad view and some very specific steps about making that experience the best it can be is very important as part of this alignment process.
It's going to be awesome. So before we get to alignment point number 5, I also want to give a huge shout out to our friends at the Outbound Conference. They are backing this, and they have generously, Jim, I haven't even told you, I just found out today that if you go to outboundconference.com and enter the special discount code, the promotional code alignment 100, That's the word alignment and the number 100. You get $100 off your ticket to Outbound in July. I'm going to be there. I can't wait for that event. It's going to be available. It's going to be fantastic. Outboundconference.com, alignment 100. And that brings us to when you think about the Outbound Conference, immediately you're going to think about Jeb Blount. And Jeb Blount is going to be bringing content to us about aligning our sales processes, getting sales and marketing aligned around those processes. And this is, first of all, anytime I get the opportunity to share time with Jeb, I'll just learn a ton. And I'm really looking forward to his perspective on sales and marketing aligning together around processes.
And we all know Jeb from the many best-selling books and all the content he puts out that's so valuable. And about prospecting, about virtual selling, all the different pieces that come into growing revenue. And he has a great for his own business, as well as how he advises high-performing companies in bringing those processes together so that everyone is working from the same page efficiently and with a lot of energy.
All right, so we are 6 points of alignment. We are to number 6. We've talked about strategy. Let's see, we've talked about ideal customer profile. We've talked about your message. We've talked about client experience, processes, and that gets us down to the enabling technologies, making sure our technology is aligned. And this has been a challenge for a lot of organizations, but in 2021, we've got to get this right. And when it comes to aligning technology, there are a few people I can think of that have more experience in both the marketing side and the sales side than Daryl Praill. Daryl is a chief revenue officer, and he has come up through the marketing world, but worn the hat, carried the bag of a sales rep and sales leader along the way. And Daryl has been in the middle of making all this stuff connect and work for us, not against us. And we definitely want to make sure. I've seen many cases, I'm sure you have too, Jim, where technology is working against us, but we want to get it aligned so it's working for us.
Oftentimes when we think of technology, the immediate reaction is either to cringe or to eye roll. Daryl has a great perspective from his own experience and with the team at VanillaSoft. What I find impressive in speaking with Daryl and listening to him, at least two really important perspectives on technology. One is your team, your organization, and how you use technology and those tools to help, not to hinder. The other is just the role of technology for those of us who are in marketing and sales and executive leadership, that this, for your own advancement opportunities, your own personal and professional growth, it's important to get confidence with these tools and know how to use them well for yourself as well as across the team.
It's going to be great. And we're going to wrap it up and bring it all together with action. Alignment requires action. So this whole challenge, we didn't want to call this a webinar because who wants to come to a webinar? We didn't want to call this a conference because, a lot of times we go to a conference, we take some notes, go home, slap some high fives. That's not what this is. This is a challenge because every day we're going to challenge you to take action, to get together, sales and marketing, work together on these topics. And at the end of this challenge on the last day, it's going to be March 10th. You don't want to miss this because what we're going to do is we're going to coach you on how to create an action plan and take what you've learned and operationalize it. And so I'm going to be leading that session the last day. I like putting things together and making them work. That's why I think about things like revenue growth engines. And you'll leave that last day with an action plan and some things that you can take away to make sure that you are able to move forward and actually get this done, because it is critical right now that we take action.
It is, Daryl. And again, thanks to the benevolence of our sponsors, we can bring this to you for free, but it does require you to invest a little time and some effort.
Right.
My strong recommendation to everyone is certainly register, get yourself ready, bring your active opportunities, bring your active challenges into this series, but bring your team. Again, we hope you can join us live. There will be a recording that's available for a few days. after each of the sessions. Do this as a team. Let this process be part of aligning marketing and sales and strategy and product and ops and all the other roles and people who are so important to growing revenue this year and beyond. So do this as a group effort, common goals. You'll get to clear out the clutter maybe of what you've been doing in the past and get some really good guidance on what to start doing when we come to the end of this challenge.
It's going to be so good, Jim. I can't wait. I'm excited. So here's what you need to do right now to take some action. Don't let this pass you by. Go to 2021alignmentchallenge.com, or if you're listening in while you're driving or on the treadmill or whatever, later you can text the word alignment to 21,000. That's alignment to 21,000. And right down here, you'll see all the people. But right above, there's buttons through this whole site. Say, yes, I want to be a part of this. You'll get your free ticket. What's going to happen is you'll immediately get an email message confirming your enrollment. And you'll also have we encourage you to not only follow the YouTube page where this is going to be streamed every day, but also to join the private LinkedIn group. So everybody that is participating in this challenge is going to be in a private LinkedIn group. And during the challenge, we're going to be challenging each other and encouraging each other and spurring each other on to take action. And you want to be a part of that LinkedIn group because you're going to get as much out of that group as you do out of the sessions themselves. And that's also where we'll share the recordings each day. So Jim, wow, it is February 11th. We're recording this. This doesn't kick off till March 1st. Like, can we get started right now? This is so much.
I would love to, because listen, this lineup and the people who are going to be there, I'm going to be learning as I go. I'll say we've just started, as you say, promoting this. We got it all set up and lined up. We get my co-host Daryl and I here get these notifications as people register.
Yes,
and I've got a couple dozen this morning, and it's wonderful. So very good early response, and that's going to get even stronger. We're going to have a very big, wonderful cohort of people doing this together, and I think that makes the network, the community, even stronger, Daryl, as we go ahead again, is supporting one another, challenging one another, and being a resource for one another.
It's going to be fantastic. So go to 2021alignmentchallenge.com. Jim and I will be there co-hosting the event, introducing you to some of the most incredible thought leaders and ideas that you can take and put to work to do what we all need to do and want to do right now, which is grow revenue. So, hey, a huge shout out to everyone who's enrolled already. And if you haven't enrolled already, do it right now. And we'll see you on March 1st at the 2021 Marketing and Sales Alignment Challenge. Have a super day.